227.
Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu.
Jadasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu.
Dhruvam janma mritasya cha.
Dhruvam janma mritasya cha.
Tasmada pariharyarthe.
Tasmata pariharyarthe.
Na tvam shocitumarhasi.
Na tvam shocitumarhasi.
227.1. The meaning of the words of the shloka. Jatasya, to the born. He, for. Dhruvo, dhruvaha, certain. Mrityuhu, death. Dhruvam, certain. Janma, birth. Murdasya, to the dead. Cha, and. Tasmad apariharyarthe. Tasmad plus apariharye plus arthe. Tasmad, therefore. Apariharye, in, that is about the inescapable. Arthe, in the subject, that is in the fact. Na, not. Tvam, you. Shochitum, to grieve. Arhasi, you deserve. 227.2. The meaning of the shloka. For death is certain to the born, and birth is certain to the dead. Therefore, about the inescapable fact, you deserve not to grieve. 227.3. Bhāṣya.
Jatasya hi labdha janmanaha dhruvaha avyabhichari mrityuhu maranam. Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Tasmad apariharyaha ayam janma marana lakshanaha arthaha. Tasmin apariharye arthe natvam shochitum arhasi.
Translation. For the born, that is, for the one who has obtained birth, death is certain. That cannot change. And, similarly, birth is certain for the dead. Thus, this fact about birth and death is unalterable. You do not deserve to grieve about such an inevitable fact. 227.4. Explanation. The word he, wherefore, connects this shloka with the previous one. Death is the only thing certain about the born. All the other changes are not so certain. Similar is the case with the dead. He is certain to be born. Death is only the dissolution of the gross body. The subtle body lives on, carrying the impressions, vasanas, it has acquired. It is inevitable that the Dehi will find a body suitable for outliving the vasanas, as we have seen in 222.4. This cycle of births and deaths is unalterable. Then why grieve about it? One has to accept the inevitable and meet such dualities with equanimity. 227.5. If this cycle is endless, what about moksha, the ultimate release from birth and death? The answer is that once a person has realized the self, his identification with the body disappears, and thus he overcomes death. He has attained immortality here in this life. He is always in the self, whether his body is there or not. Even if he leaves the body, he remains in the self. Vimuktascha vimuktyade. The released one is released, says Katha Upanishad in 5.1. The one who has released himself from the false identification that binds him to this life and the external world is released from deaths and births. 227.6. Bhāṣya.
Karya karana sanghādatmakāni api bhūtāni uddishya ślokaha na yuktaha kartum.
Translation. Nor is it proper to grieve about beings that are combinations of bodies and organs. 227.7 Explanation. Having discussed the eternality of the Atma, the Acharya tells us that even if you consider the body dying, there is no need to grieve over it. The body is described here as an object that is a conglomerate of instruments, both external like hands and feet, and internal like mind and intellect. Even if you are thinking of the loss of such bodies, there is no reason to grieve. 227.8 Bhāshya.
न युक्तः कर्तुं यतः.
Translation. Wherefore,